I don't even see color. Here's the real naked truth. As soon as a discussion about race begins, there's always someone who will say, I don't even see color. Which, I'm sorry, but is the biggest bullshit statement ever. Of course we see color, and all the other differences between us. And that's not always a bad thing. If I identify a man as a Hasidic Jew, I might warn him about food at the party that's not kosher. If I identify a member of the group as a woman, I'll probably skip that dick joke I've been saving up. Seeing differences around us, not only in skin color, but clothing and hairstyles and different customs, can help us understand a person better and see the world from a perspective other than our own. The problem begins when you start to make negative assumptions based solely on what you see. Oppression occurs when you treat a person based on your preconceived image of them. If I were to assume that you watching the video right now are a lowlife, for whatever visual reason I decide is negative, my actions towards you will be dictated by that assumption. I may approach you with hostility. What is someone like you doing here? Now, I highly doubt that that would result in a pleasant interaction. What about, you're probably not smart enough to understand this. You want to keep talking? Now, what if I took it up a level to, you better not be here to cause trouble or try to steal anything. Feeling defensive yet? Now, what if every stranger you meet in the next few months treated you with this preconceived idea? How do you feel the 10th time, the 50th, the 100th? If you don't know that feeling, then you're lucky. For the most part, I'm one of the lucky ones, so I have to try to empathize with something I have very little personal knowledge of. For example, one of the reasons a white guy like me will never fully understand the black experience is because a cop has never approached me with the assumption that I'm a criminal. I've never had a cop tackle me outside of my hotel because I look like someone who might have committed fraud. When I was a scrawny teenager at a pool party, I didn't have a cop with a knee in my back because I could be a threat. I might have a weapon in my swimsuit. I can only watch this happen to others. In fact, we've all seen the videos. I could have an assault rifle around my shoulder walking through town, and the most I'm going to get is a cop asking, "Hey man, why do you have that gun?" Cops have passed me in the street, and when I look at them, even if I stare at them, they don't stop to question me. They see my color, make a positive assumption, and move on. Now, if you think this is all bullshit on my part, then you've never been negatively judged on your appearance. So let's do an exercise in empathy. Let's say right now that whatever you look like, people associate that with serial killers. You look like a serial killer, and everywhere you go, people look at you like you're about to kill them. You walk into a coffee shop and everyone is afraid. Parents grab their kids and leave. The barista is extremely nervous to help you. A cop walks up and asks to see ID. Weird, but no big deal. You have nothing to hide, right? And then they ask to search your car. Maybe it's a little inconvenient if you're in a hurry, but again, no problem. Except that you happen to have some rope in the car, which seems innocent, but not if you're a serial killer. They believe it's proof enough and arrest you. You should know better, right? Don't have any rope in the car if you don't want people to think you're a killer. Well, of course, you're innocent, so the charges are dropped, but now you have an arrest record, and that will come up every time another cop gets suspicious. That cop is more likely to arrest you now. Now, this happens far too often. It is amazing how many people are arrested and released with no charges filed. Some people multiple times. Now, what if that was you? How do you convince the world that you're just someone who looks like a serial killer, and in reality, you're no threat to society? Remember that when you see someone who looks different than you, especially if it brings up negative thoughts just by looking at them. Don't be colorblind. Instead, try to imagine that they may have lived their whole life being looked at negatively the way you're looking at them, for no logical reason. Try to have some empathy, and that goes for any difference you see. That's the only way this gets any better. And that's the real naked truth. If you think this is an important discussion that we need to have, and I've made a good point or two, please share on your social media, like, comment below, let me know what you're thinking. You can also comment on our Twitter at RealNakedTruth2. If you want to see some other videos I've done, you can click here, and of course subscribe if you like what I'm trying to do here. Thank you.